I can't look back, it's too late now. My days are hours and I don't know how, but I believe the great is still yet to come. I won't stop fighting, man, until I'm done.
Hello folks, and welcome to 2026. Happy New Year. Welcome to a new Breakfast Ball. I'm your host, Bob Cardia. As always, if you like what we're doing, please smash that subscribe button. And if you comment, I love the Breakfast Ball in the comment section, we will make you eligible for a Starbucks gift card drawing that we do every week. So, you know, Jeremy, Toby, you're out there. I know you guys subscribe or like I comment every week. Love you for it. Keep going. Anyway, just want to talk to you guys a little bit about, the New Year's resolution principle. You know, I heard on, it was, I think, like a Planet Fitness commercial or something earlier, that people stop their New Year's resolution within 10 days on their exercise program. And that's true. I mean, I had a short that I did earlier, day one versus 1 day. Day one, or 1 day is a wish, and day one is a decision. And it's true. I mean, working out all the time, and I work out 6-7 days a week for the past 20-30 years, ain't fun. But when you do it, you feel like you're accomplishing something. Any small step that you can take is always, like I said to my Rutgers guys, find Success USA on the map. You can't, right? It's a journey. It's not really a destination. But so anyway, somebody asked me earlier, Bob, how do you, stick to your game plan? And I'm old school. I replace the pages of my day planner every single year, and I try never to meet the following day without a map. And that gets back to the book The World's Greatest Salesman by Og Mandino. But basically it gives 10 scrolls for life, and like number 1 is never pity or belittle yourself, and I believe number 2 is never to greet the day without a plan. So what I do is I make my day planner, and I write down a bunch of ambitious goals, and I try never to go to sleep without accomplishing those goals. And sometimes it's not always possible, but you know what, I try like the Dickens, right, to get it done, because honestly right now it's 1:45, and I am, one of the goals I had to do was to film this podcast before I close my eyes. So guess what, that's what we're doing. And somebody was also asking me about money, and their goal was to make more money this year. And I'm like, well, for those of you who know, I love Dave Pelz as a golf instructor, and God bless Pelz, he just passed away this past year. But Pelz used to say, how good a putter you are isn't nearly as important as where you're putting from. And I said to my friend, how much money you make isn't always as important as how you manage your money. The people that go to Starbucks every day or do the other elaborate, whatever they got to do. I mean, there is, I think it was in Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you made your own coffee at home as opposed to went to Starbucks every day, sorry Starbucks if I'm costing you money, but you would save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year. So when you're mapping that out, understand that, that's game planning, I guess. So with that said, another thing that pops in my mind, if how do you stick to your game plan, how do you reach your goals for a coming year, is something that my father told me, and I'm sure he got it from somewhere else, but it's a theory on psychology, and the theory is actions shape attitudes and beliefs. So if you act in a certain way, you're much more apt to believe that and act out accordingly. So I guess my pieces of advice for this week to start off my 2026 podcasts are, have a plan. if you can, you try it. An old school, day planner. Write down your goals and your plans. Like I do things, even as small as work out, work on some of my new music, 30 good golf swings. Even if unload the dishwasher, just write them all down, and you'll be surprised as you check them off. You'll feel better and better about yourself checking those items off on process. And then also with that, I would also, if your goal is, to lose weight, definitely, put the workout or eat right on there. If your plan is to make more money, remember how you spend that money, right, is as important as the money that you're making. So again, Pels, how good a putter you are isn't nearly as important as where you're putting from. So make sure you're spending your money in wise places and saving your money in wise places. Pay yourself first. Make sure you get the money first, put it away, and then what's left over. I mean, wealthy people live off only a small fraction of their income, just so you know. Anyway, and the third thing was actions shape attitudes and beliefs. So, folks, expression fake it till you make it. Please, go out there, try to act like that you want the person that you want to be, right? And that helps in everything. That helps in love. That helps in golf, right? And sports psychology, right? The study with the superhero pose. If you stand in a certain way, it releases, I guess, cortisol into the brain. All that, all true. So, folks, have an action plan. Never greet the day without a plan. Act like you want to be, right? And just be conscious of what you're doing, right? Because everything counts. Anything good, like working out every day, counts. Eating badly every day counts. Reading every day counts. Scrolling in social media for endless hours counts. Getting quality reps in your golf game, right? Actions and attitudes. But here you go. When you're practicing your golf game, I'd rather see you do like quality reps with attention and intention than just going through the motions. Anyway, a little bit of motivation for today. Folks, thanks for watching. As always, look forward to a great and prosperous 2026. I'll be talking to you soon. Go get 'em.
Glass of bourbon, my bourbon, my bourbon, Alcohol. There's no great story ever started with, I'll have a salad.